Now, as you're building websites and web applications with HTMX, you sometimes might want to run your own JavaScript code whenever some event occurs. For example, here in this application where we have this form, we might want to clear this form and clear this input in this form whenever it's being submitted. So we want to listen to the submit event that's triggered by this form, and then we want to run some custom JavaScript code to clear this input. And that's something where HTMX supports you, because HTMX has this hxOn attribute, which you can add on elements to listen to events that occur on those elements, or on child elements if those events bubble up. So you can use hxOn to listen to events, and you use hxOn such that you add it to the element on which you want to listen to events, and then you define the event to which you want to listen by adding a colon after hx1 and then the event name. For example, click if you want to listen to clicks on that form. Of course, when listening to events, you then typically also want to control what happens when that event occurs. And you do that with help of the value you assign to hxOn. Because that value is then actually the JavaScript code that should execute when an event occurs. Now here, you could call some function that might be defined in some other file you're importing into this file, but it can also be some inline code. For example, here, if I want to clear the form, if I want to clear this input, I can achieve this by selecting this form and calling the reset method on it. Because it turns out that form elements and the underlying objects to which you can get access in JavaScript have a reset method, this method here, which you can call to reset all the inputs of that form. Therefore here, for this event listener, we just have to get access to the form and then we can call reset on it. Now we could get access by using document query selector and then select the form like this. And this is now just some standard JavaScript code which I'm writing inline here as a value for this event listener, which might look strange at first, but which is perfectly valid and indeed the recommended way of using the hxOn attribute. And then on that form here, I could call reset. Now at the moment, I'm listening to the click event here, and that might not be what I want. So maybe here we want to listen to the submit event instead, so that whenever the form is submitted, we clear it. With this code added here and with this change in place, if we reload and I enter my text here, if I click add goal, you see the form is cleared and the rest still works as before, but now we also listen to that event in addition.